The side-scroller, be it action game or platformer, is the quintessential video game. It is a direct link to the origins of the media. It is one of the simplest ways to make a video game that anybody can play. And it's something that never went away but had a massive renaissance that is now going on a few decades at this point. Welcome to VG Focus, and this is the 10 best side-scrolling games that'll keep you hooked in 2025. Okay, let's get started with Skull the Hero Slayer, a super cool small studio side-scrolling game that you've really got to try. It feels a lot like Dead Cells with its blocky, pixelated look, and it's totally one of those roguelike games where you switch up how you play and die a bunch. Yep, you'll die a lot. But Skull has its own special twist. You control Skull, a little skeleton guy, battling against humans, and he's got this awesome power that makes him stand out. He can grab the skills of the bad guys he beats by switching his head, so you can change how you fight whenever you want with all sorts of enemies, fun characters, weapons and stuff. It's kinda like Kirby, but way tougher and darker. What a strange thing to compare it to. Anyway, that power, exciting fights with big bosses, and really fun systems that keep you improving make this one of those games that, even when it's tough, you want to keep playing. If you're kind of done with these types of games or bored of them, wait up, this one might just grab your attention. You never know until you try it. At number 9, we gotta talk about Ori, the two Ori games made by Moon Studio. It's hard to pick because the first game is honestly awesome, and I've played through it twice, but when I'm making lists like this, I usually focus on the second one, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, because to me, it's like they made a super beautiful, almost perfect follow-up that's also just a really great game on its own. It looks amazing, sounds incredible, and has a story that tugs at your heart, all backed up by really fun gameplay. Also, Will of the Wisps makes everything from the first game, Ori and the Blind Forest, even better. It's still a bit tough with the jumping and moving around, but it's a little easier to get into, and it feels more like one of those Metroidvania games where you explore a big world. It's got exciting jumping challenges, cool chase scenes, and big, awesome moments you won't forget. I don't want to ruin anything, but if you've played any of the Ori games, especially the second one, you know what I'm talking about. Coming in at number 8, we have Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, a game that totally belongs on this list of side-scrolling games you gotta play in 2025. It's the first new Prince of Persia game in like over 10 years. And let me tell you, it's awesome to see this series get back to what made it special. It can be really hard sometimes, with jumping and moving that's super exact. And the action-packed exploring, like in those Metroidvania games, is just great. The fighting isn't about smashing one button. You have to think about your attacks, block with parries, use special powers, dodge, and do some cool platforming with time-based tricks, which feels so fun in this game. Everything looks amazing, from the main character to the bad guys, with super cool animations. If you've been missing that old-school Prince of Persia vibe, or maybe that one Prince of Persia game on PSP or PS2 that mixed classic and new stuff, The Lost Crown feels a lot like that. Honestly, I really love this game. Coming in at number 7, we've got Hard Game. Well, actually super hard game, but it's really fun and creative, and people love to argue about it. Some think it's amazing, others say it's not all that, but I think it's pretty cool. Cuphead. If you haven't played it, what are you waiting for? Even if you've been living under a rock and don't know it, this is a side-scrolling game with awesome 1950s cartoon graphics, but it's got crazy tough, fast-shooting action. Think of a game like Contra, but way harder, because even though it looks cute, it's not some easy, happy cartoon like old Disney stuff. Nope, Cuphead will beat you up and leave you sore. It's a wild, super challenging game with tough bosses and levels that'll push you to the edge. But when you finally beat a boss or finish a level after trying a million times, it feels so good. And Cuphead is great at giving you that awesome victory vibe. If you like games that really test you, Cuphead is one of the best ways to do it. Coming in at number 6 is Warhammer 40k, Shoota's Blood and Teeth. I still suggest this game even after years, and it's worth noting because it's improved significantly. If you enjoy side-scrolling shooter games or just want an exciting action title, Shoota's Blood and Teeth, yes, an odd title, but you understand its vibe, is a game bursting with personality. More than that, it's a multiplayer experience that's simply a blast. It's a title that's fun, a bit zany, and highly entertaining. The gameplay is wildly chaotic, yet there's room for skill since you're playing as an orc with a purpose. You'll navigate through visually stunning levels, cutting down foes in a fast-paced, smooth experience with impressive explosions and effects. This game feels and looks fantastic to play. As I mentioned earlier, what truly sets this title apart for many, including myself, is its charm. The ridiculous orc shenanigans make it special. Whether you're a Warhammer enthusiast or not, there's much to enjoy here. Since its release, the game has received numerous updates, adding more content, support, and care. It's a straightforward concept that's only gotten better. That's why I keep recommending it. Some might even call this game the Warhammer 40k version of Cuphead. Either way, Shoot as Blood and Teeth is an ideal choice if you're looking for some interesting side-scrollers this year. At number 5, if you're yearning for a solid Symphony of the Night style game but with a slight twist, Bloodstained: Ritual of the Night is a strong choice. It's a spiritual heir to Symphony of the Night. Some adore it, while others mock it as an awkward offshoot, but personally, I find it quite impressive. It delivers that classic Castlevania vibe with plenty of fresh elements. Picture a sprawling castle in a Metroidvania-style world to roam. You're gathering tons of items and enhancing your abilities. This game emphasizes equipment and skills more, so you're constantly unlocking and creating things. Beyond that, Ritual of the Night feels nostalgic yet contemporary, which I see as a positive. That's why I believe it's a must-play in 2025 and moving forward. Crafting, cooking, summoning, and all those features, since I'm a fan of Castlevania-like mechanics, I enjoy them here. Additionally, it offers solid boss fights, engaging and balanced combat, and a charismatic protagonist. The story's a bit campy, but absolutely worth diving into. Taking the number 4 spot is Ender Magnolia: Bloom in the Mist. This fresh title hit the shelves earlier this year, and if you recall my praise for Ender Lilies, Quietus of the Nights, I'm back with another recommendation. It's not the same game, but rather the follow-up to that original. If you're into Metroidvania-style games, or even action titles with deep, story-driven plots, this game, or this series, is perfect for you. These games have a dark, gothic vibe and can be quite tough, as you'll navigate a huge, connected world filled with relentless enemies. Luckily, you're equipped with a variety of unique tools to tackle the nearly unbeatable foes in your path. Ender Magnolia enhances almost every aspect of its predecessor, with more diverse enemies, improved boss fights, and sharper combat. The settings are also more striking. You don't need to play the first game to appreciate this sequel's brilliance, but I'd suggest it for a richer experience, one that's truly unique in this genre. All in all, it's a fantastic adventure. Coming in at number 3, if you're a fan of side-scrolling games but crave something a little bit lighter in terms of difficulty but are still struggling and gloomy, Blasphemous 2 is honestly the game for you. Picture Blasphemous 2 as essentially an upgraded version of the original Blasphemous, but improved in every way. Precise yet risky combat, brutal bosses, and lethal traps await. The game's world itself is arguably the most dangerous element, and it's quite grim as well. It dives deep into difficulty and truly tests your skills. This title won't appeal to everyone, but if you're eager to mash buttons, hack and slash, and face based on that, dying is part of the experience. It's a game where you'll die frequently, and that's the point. You'll also need to puzzle through its complex lore and vague narrative, which feels like a mystical, almost religious tale. At first, it might seem confusing, but somehow it's captivating. Despite poking fun at the cryptic storytelling in these types of games, it's oddly addictive and keeps pulling me back. Ultimately, if you thrive on grueling challenges, the Blasphemous series remains essential, and we've showcased both entries in past videos, with more to come. Sitting at number 2, this game is more about punching and kicking. Not too crazy, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Shredder's Revenge is just a super fun time, whether you're playing alone or with buddies, because it's a really easy and enjoyable game. It also has some cool and clever ways to fight, with every turtle and their pals using different weapons. You get some awesome and exciting boss fights, plus bright, music-filled levels. What more do you need from a Ninja Turtles game? Non-stop enemy bashing, but tons of fun and old-school vibes. Whether you've loved the Ninja Turtles forever or just got into them, Shredder's Revenge is a total blast. Plus, it's a really well-made, smooth game that people who like old-style side-scrolling games will totally dig. The folks who made this game really know their stuff. If you want a fresh version of classic side-scrolling games, check out Shredder's Revenge. At number 1, this next game feels like a sneaky choice because you can't play it yet when this video was made, but it's okay since it's coming out soon. You already know I'm talking about Hollow Knight Silksong, I just have to bring it up. It's totally going to be one of the best side-scrolling games of 2025, no question. I'm saying it now. For exploring and battling, this kind of game called Metroidvania has never been done better or loved more by fans than this one. I really believe the first Hollow Knight is one of the best video games ever, and Silksong seems like it'll be just as awesome as you'd want. Imagine this for the next game. Harder bosses, cooler weapons and powers, more places to check out, and all the amazing moody beauty of the original. With even more of those awesome extras I mentioned, I'm super pumped. They say it's coming out this year. I'm hoping hard, for real, and I hope you are too, so I'm not the only one super excited.